talking to herself or her daughter. There was no point discussing her stepsister or their non-existent relationship now, let alone their father. I don't see lights on in any of the cabins. Because the serial killers are hiding in the woods. Enough, Hannah. Lauren held up a hand. Let's remember why we are here 2 weeks before winter break starts. It's because of your DUI and the toppled flagpole in the high school parking lot. For the record, Magnolia has no serial killers, and this camp is magical. You will love it. I don't want to hear another negative word out of your mouth, young lady. If you don't have anything nice to say, then I guess I'm becoming mute. Hannah clamped her lips together. One could hope, Lauren said under her breath, then snapped to attention. There it is. She pointed through the darkness to a structure on one side of the path. Cabin number 6. It's the one I reserved. I stayed there every summer when I was a camper until I switched to one of the counselor cabins. A smile curved her mouth as something loosened in her chest. She didn't have a lot of sweet memories from childhood, but most of the good ones involved Camp Blossom. Back in the day, the Lowrys didn't lock any of the cabins. Let's check it out. You can get settled while I connect to Wi-Fi and reach out to Jim to see if he has any instructions for our arrival. She glanced at Hannah, whose jaw was clenched tight. She could tell her daughter struggled not to bite off a snarky response. Lauren didn't know how long this silent treatment might last, but she wouldn't complain. Hannah took after her mother in that she couldn't keep her mouth shut for long. Lauren couldn't remember any report card, either hers or Hannah's, that didn't include a comment about talking too much. We can make a run for the porch and grab our bags after the rain stops. If we're still alive by then, Hannah muttered. So much for the silent treatment. Lauren counted to 3, and they bolted from the car and up the uneven steps. The screen door opened with an eerie squeak, and Lauren had to remind herself there was no basis for Hannah's axe murderer musings. She tried the door and whispered a prayer of thanks when it opened. It took her a second to find the light switch, and another moment of gratitude was in order when a dim overhead lamp flicked on. Oh, hell no! Hannah's tone held the same note of disbelief that Lauren felt. Maybe Jim wanted us in a different cabin. Or he's a Santa-themed serial killer. No one is going to kill you but me, Lauren told her daughter. It's simply a mix-up with the reservation. At least, she hoped that might explain why she was staring at a cabin full of Santa Claus decorations in all shapes and sizes. There were lawn Santas made of plastic with beady black eyes and painted beards, plus ceramic statues and totes overflowing with wreaths, quilts, and a myriad of other types of Christmas decor, all featuring fat and jolly Saint Nick. It was creepy as hell. A horn sounded from outside the cabin. Hannah yelped and darted behind Lauren, grabbing fistfuls of her sweatshirt as she ducked. Are you using me as a human shield? You distract the axe murderer while I go for help out the back door, her daughter answered, her voice shaky. How do you know there's a back door? There's always a way out. If only that were true. Lauren should know about ways out. She was an expert at walking away when things got tough. She'd quit jobs, boyfriends, and just about everything in her life, except her daughter. For Hannah, Lauren would always stick. She might not be on the shortlist for any mothering awards, but she never faltered in her love for her girl. I'm sure it's Jim coming to check on us, but no matter what, I've got you, she said with as much confidence as she could muster. For good measure, she grabbed a Santa nutcracker from a nearby table and held it aloft, like a sword. Are you going to clobber him with claws? She heard the nervous laughter in her daughter's voice. Even though this was not how she'd planned to reconnect with Hannah, Lauren would not look a gift axe murderer in the mouth. Jim? Is that you? She called after the engine died, and a door opened and closed. No answer.